Chairman, once again, thank you very much for your time. Unfortunately, your journey in the Nedbank Cup has come to an end. But before we get to that, can you describe the feeling that you had sitting there in the stands, watching your boys all the way from Botshabelo taking on the mighty Mamelodi Sundowns?
A great feeling, my brother, indeed. In fact, a greatest feeling ever. But one thing for sure that I'm going to admit, I just knew that if we considered those 2 goals early, then it's not a good start. Because we had hoped that we would build our confidence minute by minute until we get the game where we want it and pull a surprise. So such a start was only an added and unnecessary advantage to the opponents, because they were always going to have a psychological upper hand and physical and otherwise. So it was not a good start, but I'm proud of my boys. They had moments where they displayed a nice brand of football, and at some point during the game, I feel that they had to do what do we call this, a panic substitute, yeah, because they could see that there were certain aspects that we were perfecting. But yeah, we're out and we are proud.
Chairman, like we said, it's been a very, very long journey because for teams in the lower ranks, you play a lot of games before you get here, unlike the PSL teams. And it's been an experience for you guys. From the perspective of administration, not the technical side of football, but administratively, what do you take away from this? What lessons do you take with you at the end of this journey?
Well, my friend, to prepare for a game that is live on TV, there's not much of time for mistakes. Preparing from our side as the management, the most important thing that I've learned from Sundowns, the humility. How they respect you regardless of the level of your team. You know, you get a respect even from a kit manager. And as somebody who's running a football club, I took a lot from this. And like I told you, we had nothing but everything to gain in this. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. I loved how Sundowns do their thing. They are so professional, and one can only learn a lot from them. There's humility there, there's respect. They are extremely organized. You can see that they are playing at the highest level in the continent, and I'm very impressed, and I can learn a lot as a club chairman going forward.
Chairman, like we said yesterday, that in terms of the league, it's difficult for you guys to now fight for a spot in the playoffs, but you said you still give it your best. What are the things, maybe a few things that you think you're able to, that you've learned throughout this journey, that you can implement right away as you continue with the league?
Yeah, like I said to you, the administrative part of Mamelodi Sundowns, how they do their things before the games, their communications with our club for preparations of as to how and what we should wear and what is expected from our club, from Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, I can repeat, I even loved how level-headed their chairman is. I met him there, the stand, Ubabu, Alex. Everybody was just so warm and welcoming that Loto. I learned a lot in terms of what we can take to the league from what we've learned. I mean, we just played the highest, the most, how can I put it, excelling club in your continent, in Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, you can't take that light. It was so important to learn. Of course, the boys who would take what they've learned from this to our fellow counterparts and the teams that are playing at the same level. I mean, from this game, I can tell you from our next game, the boys will show that they've really learned a lot from this game, from managing the game. We learned Sundowns know how to play when they've not scored, how they play after scoring a goal, how they play after scoring 2 goals. You know, there were moments that we got confidence after second half. You know, they managed their game so perfectly, and I could see that they were seeing that we were coming, and I was hoping that we get one goal so that the game can be a bit more interesting. But they denied us that, and intentionally.
Chairman, you just finished addressing your players. What message did you communicate to them?
Well, I was just basically telling my boys not to drop their heads. I mean, as a club chairman, I'm extremely proud of my boys. Extremely, I'm very proud of the boys. There's no reason for them to put their heads down. Secondly and importantly, I was telling them to watch what to check and what to listen to in the social media, because there you meet everybody who decides to say whatever they want, and there are people who were just bitter and angry about what we have achieved as a club. You know, there are people who just bitter in life, but they don't know why they are bitter. So you need to be careful of such people. But criticism must be there. Where people must criticize us, and it's a positive criticism, we'll take it. But we need to check what we listen to, because we need to build our the psychological aspect of our boys. It's very important. We are going to need it going forward. It was our boys' shine, so they must not allow anybody who's got untoward intentions to put to waste something that they have achieved. You just mentioned now, we beat so many teams to get where we are. I mean, it took Mamelodi Sundowns to stop us. So it's something great, and we can't take anything away from us because of unnecessary criticism.
Chairman, this team has gone up to this far, and they've gained a lot of experience. How important is it for you to keep this core of this team for next season, where you want to challenge for promotion? What will you do? Because you know, once when players get a stage like this, I'm sure some players someone somewhere was watching and said, look, they might be interested in that player. But some of the players that maybe are keen to this team might be lost next season. What are you going to do to ensure that this experience gained here takes you to promotion next season?
Well, you are asking a very important question, and this is where stories will come up now. You know, and I want to make this clear. I knew that this game was a midweek, and most coaches were just sitting at home, maybe after training sessions, or maybe rescheduling, just to watch this game and see what they can grab. When people are going to respect us as a club here, if you want to talk business, you talk business. You don't do it through back doors and come back and tell people that we are refusing to release players. Because fundamentally as a club, look, this competition we are playing it knowing that our coach might be picked up by somebody, or some of our players might be identified. But we need people who respect themselves and who respect this club. If you want to do business with us, you give us a call and we talk about the player. Because we are not just going to release players willy-nilly with the people who don't want to respect us as a brand. No, we're not going to do that. We want our players to get better moves, but in a proper way. We don't want people coming here and taking advantage of us because we are Mathaithai. No, we know our story, we know what we are doing here. If you want to talk business because of a player, you come and talk business, and that's football. We're not going to groom players for you here, and we just come and smash and grab. Sometimes people take players from club at our levels. They don't pay a set in 2 years to come. They sell that same player for millions, and we must keep quiet. No, clubs must be compensated, and that is very clear.
Chairman, lastly, we know tomorrow when you land in Botshabelo, I'm sure people will be waiting there for you to congratulate you. We've seen him on social media, teams in the ABC Montepelec in Free State wishing you well. Your homeboys, your rivals, the general also sent a message on social media wishing you well. What do you want to say to all of those who've been supporting you throughout this journey?
Well, we can only show gratitude and be grateful. We thank each and every club, each and everybody, and each and every organizations that sent us good luck or congratulatory messages before and after our game with Mamelodi Sundowns. We really appreciate. And importantly, we appreciate the miles that our sponsors, your Equazi One Energy Interstate, have traveled with us, your Big Sky, up to so far. We are extremely grateful and will always be grateful.
Chairman, let me thank you for always availing yourself and giving me your time. When you came here to play Mikado in the premier rounds, you afforded me your time. Yesterday when you landed in Gauteng, you afforded me your time, and after this game, you are still here and giving me your time. I appreciate that, Chairman, and thank you very much.
Yeah, that's humility, my guy, and thanks to you for also reaching out to clubs at our level, because it's through media that we can grow. And I hope that going forward we keep the relationship and keep working hand in hand.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, thank you very much.